had a mechanical arm.
I don't care.
Hey, everybody, what's going on? It's your buddy, Admiral Teag, and my pal, Snail Messiah, with you to review another episode of the exciting and excellent show. Let's not pretend. There has been a train wreck since episode 1 last year, and last week we saw an indeterminate series of events.
Let me just say that I've been up since about, an hour, and I have had my coffee and everything, and I'm not looking forward to this.
This is no way to start your day.
Yeah, I know. This is not healthy. Well, let's get into it.
At least you got your coffee. Yeah, we're going to start the episode of Loki. Geez, this one's a chonker, but as I go back through all the different credits, it ends at the 44-minute mark, it seems. Yeah, it ends at 44 minutes. And we don't get started until 2.5 minutes. Yay. So it's 39 minutes long. Yeah, well, I mean, because of because this show recontextualized past events with the previously on, it's really important to watch the previously on. And for you at home, it's very important to watch these with the subtitles because the dialogue just goes by. And if you don't actually see it and consider it, you might be forgiven for thinking they were making sense. They're not. They're not making sense. All right. We're going to go on action. We're at 000 of episode 2. It's called Breaking Brad. Oh, my God. Who wrote this? All right. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I just had to recover.
It would have been fun if it was Family Guy or anything else, but with these guys, it's not that funny.
It's definitely not an episode title level funny, but let's see what they show us on the previously on, because that usually has a lot to do with where this episode goes. It doesn't have much to do with where we leave off. Like last episode was the first episode of this season. Mm-hmm. A whole bunch of stuff happened off screen to change the relationship between Mobius and Loki, because at the end of the final episode of last season, he's like, "Hey, buddy Loki, what's going on?" And Loki knew that stuff was different, but only Loki knew that stuff was different. So we have to assume he pissed himself or something, or just lost his mind. And because the first time we see him, he's just getting chased. You know what I mean? And they don't explain it, and he's getting chased in slow motion. And then they do the thing from Attack of the Clones where he jumps into the moving car. And it's just that last week's episode was very derivative, and they tried their best not to have anything of substance happen. All we know is what? Loki exists. Everyone now has the information by virtue of the fact that he's in trouble because things have changed. Why, we don't know. But he's existing in 2 time frames, and sometimes Short Round has glasses, and sometimes he doesn't, and Short Round's name is Oro Boring.
Well, he's actually the best thing about the show, I think.
He is the best thing about the show, but even he's
charming. I really think he is. As a character, it's very charming.
The character doesn't bother me at all. It's because he's so well played. What he says is nonsense.
Well, Loki.
Yeah, like this guy is great, and he's giving us his Academy Award skills. He's 110% some kind of natural actor. Because I think he was just doing normal stuff. He was like an IT guy or something like that, from from Goonies till now. And so they convinced him to come back because of the iconic roles in the 80s. And he ended up, knocking it out of the park in that movie, and got the Academy Award that we all. It's so weird that he has an Academy Award and Harrison Ford has an Academy Award Lifetime Achievement Award. And that's you made us a lot of money. Thank you, sir. All right, well, let's get going with this episode of Loki, because God knows it's going to go by real slow. 3, 2, 1, action! Wait, no, I messed that up, guys. You know what? I didn't mean that. Let's try this again. Yeah, because when I went to hit the play thing, I dragged the taskbar to the middle of the episode. And
Yeah.
boy, did I see a dumb image. But anyway, here we go. 3, 2, 1, action. Oh, I gotta do something.
I love that button. Skip recap.
You on this show? It's a
On
real
any show. They Netflix started it some years ago. Best thing they did. Skip recap and intros and all that.
Well, I mean, it's weird. It's one of the few innovations they didn't get from porn. Because I think that the reason why the videos start to play when you have the page open. Like we saw that first on no, but we saw that first on Pornhub. It was like a whole bunch of videos, and some of them were playing. Like, and now on YouTube, that's kind of what you see. All right, so we're seeing stuff from last season. See how she's sort of in control and like threw him back through time.
She's in McDonald's and says she wants to try everything.
No
product placement there.
She's supposed to be a 15, like Loki's 1500. How old is she? She's been a time traveler. She offed Kang, and now when we see her, she looks like she's got opiate withdrawal syndrome, and she rolled a car over. Like, what the fuck happened off screen in the moments that they didn't want to bother telling us the story of why these people's situations radically changed from the moment we left them? Or they are just too casual about the way they drop right in on people. So we're in 1977 in London.
I was born then. That year.
Do you think they'll go see Star Wars? Is that the product placement of this?
They should.
So now we know how old you are.
Yeah. 46.
Turn on the camera and just hold up your passport so you can dox you.
No.
Why would they be going to see this movie when their movie that they own, Star Wars, is out? Why wouldn't you cross promote it? I mean, I'm not saying I'm disappointed that they're not doing an in-world shill commercial. I'm saying I'm surprised.
I'm disappointed.
After we thought of it, it was kind of like more exciting than this movie.
Is that a real movie, or is it just...
That might be the name of him as a performer.
No, but...
Is he Zavik? Are we supposed to recognize this actor?
I don't know.
I guess he's one of the assholes from the Time Variance Society. Maybe he went out on his own. Maybe he's using their tech to have like more fun.
Could be.
Why do they have to give? Well, I guess it's 1977, but they didn't have fun with it. The clothes look dumb, not fun. Like they could have given them powder blue or crushed purple velvet tuxedos. It's 1977. Where's the bell bottoms?
Not in a premiere. They would have something entirely else.
Was that the woman from Beer Fest? We've once again, just without telling us what's going on, gone to running around after someone here. How long can this show run away from telling us what's going on?
Discovery, right? You get to discover as we go along, I guess. I haven't watched season 1, full disclosure, I haven't. And
it really doesn't seem to matter right now.
Oh.
This seems almost completely and totally unrelated to season 1. Nobody's situation is the same as it was. Like when we left off on, Well, Loki can teleport.
Yeah.
He's not
Do
using
that
it though.
more.
Oh, he doesn't use his powers at all. And
He just did
until
twice.
yeah, but then he won't use them when he's like he already also he hasn't sent a fake Loki in front of this guy. Why aren't there 3 Lokis? He used to use that so well. And that's an affordable special effect. Okay, so he's got a TARDIS porter. We talked about these last week. They're just the little piece of tech from the Time Variance Authority that beams you to any place in time and space. It's just a Lego-sized. I thought it was the size of a cell phone, but it looks like it's even smaller. This guy's is the size of like two Lego. Yeah, it's like a slightly large cigarette lighter. It's 1977, so I guess these are supposed to be mods, and I guess
Punk.
Oh god, they had some stuff left over from Cruella, so they're just gonna do Punk again.
Aha.
Did they freeze all of these people? Like, what's
it's all Loki. They're all Loki.
Oh, good one. Finally, they used it. Only one of him can be real. Most of them can't. Most of them aren't him. Just run.
Now you got a boner. A head boner.
Yeah. That's weird that Loki only has horns in his shadows and his shadows grabbed him. While it's cool.
It is. It's nice.
Yeah. Oh god, what a stupid thing to say. A little over the top, all the shadow play. God, who wrote this?
It's so fun.
This is terrible. The dialogue is shit. This is so bad. This is more Jonathan Kasdan stuff.
Dun, dun, dun. They brought him in.
It's just bad. Well, it's not as bad as Willow, but it's bad. That's it. The TARDIS porters are called TEM pads.
Oh.
Yeah, like
Temporal
TEM pads. Yes. These writers are terrible. Writer Eric Martin.
What does this have to do with last episode?
Rick and Morty and Community?
Community season 1, 2, 5, and 6 had good writing.
But why would it ever make you good for this?
Well, take a chance. If you did good on something, then you might do good on something else. We have to be fair about this, or I have to be fair.
No, I'm saying like it's not in the same genre at all. Like, for instance, when the Star Trek director was for the movie that's not happening was supposed to be the guy who used to direct Children's Hospital, which is a 12-minute improv show. It didn't matter to me that show was good and he did a good job with it. It was, you know what I mean? It was apples and oranges. It's like this guy's an amazing pizza chef. He's going to make steak for us all. You know what I mean? Or this guy's an amazing sailor. So we're going to let him land the plane.
Yeah, but you can't really compare it.
Well, we're back with Ouroboros. Disney changed the typeface on their they changed the typeface on their subtitles. They're looking for Renslayer. That's the 4'11", 85-pound woman who beat the shit out of Owen Wilson at the end of last season by overpowering him. She didn't use martial arts. He had the drop on her. I googled this. He's over 6 feet. He's over 6 feet. And before that, we'd established she had no combat experience. She was just some kind of a teacher before that.
Oh.
Yeah, she was real. These are the Telling Authority people are assholes, but they started out as normal assholes who are kidnapped from other places, and they don't know how long they've been here or what they're doing.
That computer looks like some kind of
Their
Fisher-Price
aesthetic is
toy.
mixing and matching. They've got 80s and 60s stuff mixed together.
Well, it's a time, place. Of course, they mix and match.
And Renslayer was the judge, by the way. She was an asshole. He Who Remains is the Ant-Man bad guy. He's our villain in this.
I'm sorry to nitpick, but the way she said she is full of surprises, it was delivered wrong. Instead of just being a line, it became something.
I'm not sure. They've never explained this technology they use. They just have it.
Well, it's kind of difficult to explain something you can't explain. Again, to be fair.
Okay. All right. We need to find.
We can't really explain lightsabers, and the only thing that people can come up with nowadays is it's plasma. And no, it's not.
Rome of the Empire and I did a Star Wars cast at Star Wars Star Trek meetup cast.
Yeah.
And he was like, he knew a lot about it. It's like they're 56,000 degrees. So they're like somewhere in the extended lore they defined them. This guy ran away from the TVA to be a actor, and he's an actor playing an actor, so he's really means he's a great actor. Owen Wilson seems to have a facelift and a toupee. Or is wearing
like Costa Waldau.
What's that?
His nose for a moment reminded me of the Danish actor Nikolaj Coster-Waldau, who was in Game of Thrones. He played Jaime. Just for a moment. It's not him, but for a moment he reminded me.
I don't understand how Loki is now totally a point man for this organization that was chasing him because he was too dangerous so they could delete him. We just need images in this show and people will tweet through it till there's a joke. Community might be a good show, but this is like a sci-fi time travel show. He's the head writer. He's not the joke writer. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If I was going to make something like Community, I would call him. You know who I'd call for this? People who directed the best 3 or 4 episodes of the early 2000s Twilight Zone, because they're still in the business and maybe there's some good episodes of it. I'd watch that. I would try to find X-Files directors, right? I bet you if this is trying to be the X-Files, he looks like he finally aged there, huh? When he's got his head back like that, looking a little corpsey. Is he a vegan or did he go vegan? Why does he look so corpsey? And he's going He's not going bald, but he's got a more mature hairline in a way that the haircut that Loki has makes worse. This is not Tim Hiddleston's best possible look.
He looks fine.
He's great looking. I don't know. Like this almost looks like a different take from moments ago. But he's like all for this new career of his. See, this is like, why does he have to say he's a loser and stuff like that?
Well, that's the best way to get to him, so he does his thing, and he's banking on Loki going amok.
Well, this guy doesn't have any context on who Loki is. He thinks he's just another person with this TVA, and he saw these powers, but they have other stuff that's just as impressive as what he did. Oh, geez, he's turned into freaking Finn from Star Wars. Where is Sylvie? That's all he ever asks. It's almost like because there's 3 white guys in here, we have to have the black female character in there, even though she says nothing, and we just have to keep cutting to her to keep the camera time thing good, right? Keep our DEI points.
Yeah.
She serves no purpose in this scene. I don't feel like either of these I don't feel like any of these people believe what they're doing right now, except maybe Loki himself. Like Tim Hiddleston's got it. Owen Wilson's just going with it and being Owen Wilson. The guy that they've grabbed and tagged, this Brad guy, Agent X5, or whatever he is, it's not like he's a bad actor. It's just like, was he filmed? No one's been in the same shot yet. This is terrible cutting.
That's rich. Mobius is to wake up.
Wait, did you notice how he slapped him to no effect? Like, what man slaps a person except Will Smith? You fucking punch people. You don't. What?
Well, if you want to get your point across, you slap them. You don't, face fist them, right?
He's a man. You backhand him. You shake him. You throttle him a little. You don't slap him.
You show him he's a bitch by bitch slapping him. That's what you do. It breaks them.
He came from
respectful.
It's been insinuated that he's from the 80s, so I don't think that concept existed yet. Although I guess you could still have a strong pimp hand.
When I was growing up with not so nice people, they would slap you if they wanted to degrade you. You weren't worthy of getting a fist in your face. That's just how it was.
Which is nothing like Will Smith's pulled punch, but yeah. What is this? What is going on here? They're going to get lunch. That's what this episode's about.
Wow.
They built this engaging set so that these people could sit here and slowly talk about nothing. I think we had the same set last season too. So now, we're just cashing in on Loki. We had the sets, and we let ChatGPT write the story. Apparently,
are they trying to give you a sense of you are in a nowhere place because of the whole temporal time space thing?
No, I think they're broken. They can't afford people to sit at the other tables, honestly.
No. It gives me the feeling of you are in nowhere.
You are supposed to feel like you're kind of in nowhere, but you're also supposed to believe that they can control everything from here. And the problem that I have with it is we haven't met one person here with any intelligence whatsoever. This is Tim Hiddleston is just playing a completely different character. Has nothing to this is not related to the Loki that we saw in Avengers or in Thor 1 and 2. Maybe it's just for the role, but why is Owen Wilson's hair so weirdly unfucking canny?
Hmm.
Is that a best case scenario hair transplant and it just doesn't look right?
I don't know. I've never been able to see if it's a wig or what. I can't see the difference.
The way you do is you look at where the hair connects to the scalp.
Yeah, but even then, it's
When his eyes and head and forehead moved up, his hair didn't move back with it like mine does. When my hair, eyes, and forehead go up, his hair went up and under his hair. His forehead went up and under his hair.
Hmm.
Notice Loki, we see where his hair connects to his head and it's swept over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's his real hair.
He has
If Tim
gorgeous
Hiddle-
hair.
He has great hair.
I envy him. Like at Culture Casino, he has amazing hair.
Tim Hiddleston's 40. Culture Casino is like a little older. He's like 50, 55, right? Somewhere in there.
Yes.
Isn't he?
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe he's like 45.
I have no idea how old he is, but he has amazing hair.
My thought is we need a drone above and behind him to know if it's totally amazing. He might. But I like his stuff. He's a good guy. His stuff is great. So they're starting. It's only taken them. Oh God! It's only taken them a half an hour to put together that this guy they grabbed in the first minute and a half might know where Sylvie is, and now they're just adding the layer to it of maybe he's not telling us where she is for this reason. Because I don't think they expected him to just go blurt it out. And now we've got Short Round just playing with some strange sci-fi gear.
You know what really annoys me with this show? You have all this space. And as we just kind of established, we're trying to show that we are in the middle of nowhere. This place doesn't exist, right? So it's a lot of empty space. It's a lot of.
Last year, it was all filled with people, though it looked alive. There
Okay,
are a lot
then
of
something
people
happened, and the time loom is out of whack.
They went broke.
Well, the time loom is out of whack and all this. So I can get along with all that, stretching a bit here and there. But it annoys me that the time loom is out of whack and not more people are working on it. It is too empty.
They can't afford to have it's like Star Trek Strange New Worlds where they had every ship with like you got here just as we offloaded our crew so that our ship could run itself better, which was a crazy statement to justify it having no crew. And I'm like, why are there crews at all? Why don't they just put like 35 people on each ship?
Well, they only need 3 shifts, right?
They only need like 3 shifts of a bridge crew and like 3 shifts of engineering. They don't need anything else. Everything else. So at the board ship, there was also empty too. But okay, so we're bringing in funny looking gear slowly, and that's going to pay off as our comedy. He's got a kerosene lamp stuck inside of like some kind of globe that's on a lawnmower chassis. And by the way, we're supposed to be laughing and stuff. You know that, right, Snail?
I am?
Yeah, this is supposed to be hilarious.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Isn't it sad, like, these people who wanted to write NCIS couldn't accept the fact that they ended up with a job that people would kill for and just held on to the idea that they would write NCIS anyway, so they turned Loki into NCIS?
NCIS was more interesting.
Because it was always NCIS, they took this and they just rebooted it right out of nowhere into Loki. Detective Loki, X-Filer.
See, now he's gonna do Loki stuff. Dun dun dun.
How many cop tropes deep are we? How many cop show tropes deep are we now?
Well, good cop, bad cop is turning into
And
bad cop,
Brandish,
better cop.
I think it's turning into dumb cop, dumber cop. I wouldn't be fucking afraid of these assholes. And also, like, I guess that they're also supposedly unprincipled cops because they brought in this sort of like, is it? We don't know if it's a polygraph or some kind of torture device. I guess they assume the assumption is that this guy knows it is, but they haven't explained it. That was just for our amusement. Oh, we turned it on. Okay, let's see what this fucking stupid thing does.
Dun dun dun.
Did we figure out why Loki stopped hopscotching through time last week, or that that's something that the story just decided to move on from?
Okay, so now he's gonna crush him.
No, but when we last left Loki, he had a problem staying in one timeline. He was skipping around. We didn't solve it. We just ran off to do something else. He just stopped hiccuping because the story needed him to. But yeah, like the bad guy sealed inside Lucite or Amber.
I am.
And they're just making the compartment he's trapped in smaller and smaller. It's like they saw Chris Angel and they're like, remember when Chris Angel throws himself into ice? That's what we need to do. I guess the show that's really good that we're supposed to remember Sylvie from is called Into the Badlands. I don't know what Sophia DiMartino did before. The best looking person's headshot is the stupid voice of the idiot cartoon. We have this whole thing with this powerful female character who beat the living piss out of Owen Wilson last year, who's still at large. We mentioned her in the beginning. We talked about her in the previously on. Why do I feel like unrelated to all the rest of this, she'll show up? Oh, Jesus Christ. I just Googled writer number 2.
Oh.
Kazra Farahani is a garbage fire. Guess what they're known for?
I don't. If you say they, I don't know if it's male or female.
It doesn't matter. I don't know either. Kazra Farahani is a name I'm not familiar with. They could be either one. It doesn't
Okay.
matter to me. They're known for being the. Why are they a writer on this? They only have art department creds for Star Trek Into Darkness, 310 to Yuma, and Black Panther. They're the concept artists. They're getting a writing credit.
There. The only good thing about this show, short round.
And he's not in a lot of this episode. This woman's in this scene too. Will she talk this time? She did not talk the entire other scene. She really was there for the reasons we said. This annoying asshole character I hate the most. This idiot. What does that mean?
It means that people have an aura, and the machine can read the aura, and the right aura gets the pass. It's a thing. It's a thing.
All we know is that we're in the right timeline because he's wearing glasses. That was the only thing I was sure of last week. Well, we're not showing the whole logo again, but it's McDonald's again.
Well, it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah,
it's coming. It's coming.
I thought they're gonna, yeah, we got everything in. Yeah, we showed it. Yeah, we got our product placement.
The golden
Hold
seagull.
the pickle, hold the lettuce. I prefer Burger King myself. And even at my age now, I still sometimes do put on the paper crown while I eat there. The fuck shouldn't I?
I prefer Burger King.
It's better. Wow, they have to overstate everything. I don't want to be around someone who killed 400 of our coworkers. So that's how they're explaining having no money for extras off screen. Everybody got killed in that one split second because we went back there from the events that she pushed him out of and everything was fine. But he managed to track down where she is.
Oh, no, she's working there.
Is she now working there? Because that'll be funny.
There
Oh,
she
how funny. See how funny this show is. And now she feels the quickening because even though they hang out together, she doesn't seem to totally recognize him. And they're just walking around with this guy in a jumpsuit with a bomb strapped to his neck. He's got like a dog's shock collar on him. That
totally doesn't look like a prisoner.
Show is so fucking stupid. And even though like they don't say they're invisible, like most people don't react to them. Tim Hiddleston wore his jacket that he owns from home because it's a pretty hip pea coat. I just want to say this is really terrible for McDonald's image because here he is just having a long, boring conversation with the cashier.
But they still get their image in, and you might get the craving as soon as you see the colors. So it's very good product placement. I have to give them that.
But well, that's true because McDonald's can be open for 24 hours.
Yep. See, and no matter when you watch it, they are not the masters of when you watch it, but
I don't know what happened to this guy. I don't see him around anymore, but like wow, look at some of those. That one car in the parking lot over there, like, is probably the best part of this whole scene. I had this one, yeah. Is it a Cutlass? I had this one friend, like a coworker, really, and like he was like getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, right? And I was like, Dave, what's up? And he's like, every time I see McDonald's, I can't help it. I hear the music and I want to eat the food, so I go there.
Wow.
He had to stop at every McDonald's that he passed.
Poor guy.
He was still expanding when I lost track of him. Why did you notice that she can't stand him? Why has everyone's memory been erased? By the way, this is the longest he's ever gone without telling her she's better than him. We got the whole McDonald's logo in there again. Every moment of this has McDonald's logos in it.
Yep.
Oh, look at the way she held the cup and moved her hand like that. Acting, ladies and gentlemen, acting. This is what a fantastic sequence. This is a great show. You know what? It's
product
just
placement galore. They should get an award for that.
We're watching fucking a paid TV service, and their show is a commercial. Isn't there a South Korean like TV show where it all takes place inside a Starbucks?
Really?
I think I read that. Or something, their version of like maybe it might be their version of Starbucks, like it might be a company from their country. But no, but understand there's like a soap opera, it just all takes place inside a Starbucks.
Oh, did you catch that?
What?
He said you were just setting us up for a great meal while he was eating that, whatever it was. It's nothing but product placement.
Well, I would just like to point out that you can't get McDonald's that taste as good as this anymore because those French fries were cooked in pure animal fat. So he's not kidding. Those Coca-Colas have actual sugar in them. It's 1977. Things are only just so garbagey. You know what would have made this funny? If he got a tab. That's a diet beverage from like the 70s. It doesn't exist anymore. Like they went back in time, but they haven't done anything back in time-ish except go to a McDonald's that I could go to now. Like there's still McDonald's that haven't been updated from 1977.
This episode is starting to piss me off.
What was the coolest McDonald's? What was the coolest place you ever been to McDonald's?
No place.
I was at one that was made out of like a mansion because they couldn't tear down the existing structure to make a regular McDonald's. This dialogue's okay because everyone's speaking it as British, so it can't be terrible. Why doesn't Sophie have a chin?
That's all they do is talk about nothing.
Oh. What the hell happened? We just got like a half a montage. She used the Vulcan mind meld on him.
Yep.
They just borrowed that wholesale from Star Trek without explaining it and counted on us watching Star Trek to understand it.
Why didn't Loki just do that?
Oh, he can't do anything to help her. She's better than him.
No, but he could have done that thing to him and gotten the whole thing.
I think that guy has more information than Loki, but we're getting towards like 39 minutes, so you know what that means. It's almost over.
Yay.
It's not even set up episodically like it's a good moment for it to end. Okay, so people are running and jumping through the temporal time holes, and now we do have some people in this building that looks like the Men in Black headquarters from their first movie. All right, so all the timelines are wired through one control panel, and everyone's doing Three Stooges shit, jumping in and out of time portals. Sylvie unleashes a super powerful blast. It takes out like 3 time portals. Some people are bailing. This woman they cut back so that woman could say something that meant nothing because they've had too many white people on screen for too long or something.
Finally, some action.
Now remember, Sylvie's not there for your pleasure. That's why she's got chainmail on over her boobs. Oh, I'm sorry, leather armor on over her boobs. She's got like boob armor. So people who are bad people are being arrested by people who are good people. Everyone's got the same uniforms on except the few people in civilian clothes, and it's really hard to tell what the hell is going on. But we find out there's just been some kind of coup in the TVA. But Sylvie fixed it in just about 3 minutes because she's the bestest ever. And now everyone's standing here in awe of Sylvie. Here she is, guys. It's Sylvie.
Oh, she's done.
Oh, wait, no, they're looking at the time branch monitor?
Yeah.
All right, and it's branching.
Well, it's debranching.
Is it debranching?
Yeah.
All right, that's good. By their now all those branches that are disappearing, everyone in them is being killed and destroyed and thrown into a wasteland where a dragon kills them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Everyone. So like but not everyone on Earth. Everyone in that entire galaxy and timeline, and everyone in it. They're Captain America. They're Thanos. Everyone in between. They're twice as mean as Thanos. They kill everyone.
Dun, dun, dun. I feel nothing for this. I'm sorry. It doesn't hit me anywhere.
Well, because we didn't have any causality in this. This happened, then this happened, then this happened, then this happened. It didn't. There was no because, and then therefore, and then so, then they in that description. And we didn't do anything. We knew we needed to see Sylvie, and we found her, and we couldn't afford a show, so we had we made a commercial instead. By the way, in Disneyland in America, the only restaurant that's not Disneyland, that's not Disney themed that they have in the park is there like McDonald's food is sold there. So they have a previously existing relationship.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the difference is McDonald's makes money and Disneyland doesn't.
People are starting to show the receipts when they buy food at Disneyland, how expensive it is, and you get nothing. One lady
very small portions.
She showed mac and cheese, and why would you even eat mac and cheese? But anyways,
it was like a cup, right?
A tiny plate. I mean, my hand is bigger. I have big hands, by the way, but my hand is bigger than that plate. And she paid $11 for it.
We're back to McDonald's, and the scene is set up just to show off the arches. And we have just dwelled inside a McDonald's commercial that occasionally has broken away from being a McDonald's commercial.
Yeah.
Shouldn't Sylvie be going to jail for talking to this like 15-year-old boy when she's fucking 40?
She's just talking to him. Why should she be going to jail? She's talking to a coworker. Don't make drama where it isn't.
But it's super weird.
No, it's just a coworker, and she was asking, "Is your mom okay?" Pretty normal. Holy crap! This was painful.
I guess it's normal for working in a McDonald's, but yeah,
No,
I
if you have a
guess
coworker, no matter where I've worked, if someone was talking, I was working as a chef, and one of the apprentices, he was like 16, I think. I was still talking to him.
it
I was
just
30
looked
something.
it just looked weird. It was a weird visual because the whole thing was just about showing off the McDonald's logo, really.
And they were having an everyday conversation. She was asking, is your mom okay? Something like that. But holy, this show,
What they weren't doing was advancing the story
who is proud of making this show?
or this terrible theme song. What's with this song? Left over
Song
from
is better than the show.
well, that's because the song might end soon. I just I how much longer are these credits, man? Oh my god. We've
It
got
has
like
some Janis
another five
Joplin
and a
over it.
the credits been going on forever and it's got another 5 minutes.
Well, you got that end credit scene, right?
We're showing McDonald's again, by the way. None of these things that they're showing us here seem to have any relevance.
Ha! I was right. It is Janis Joplin. She's amazing.
Yeah, no, it's Janis Joplin. I don't know this particular song offhand, but I'm not the biggest fan. I guess we're gonna go through this whole thing again and like check. I don't know. The
It's
credits are
called
nowhere near
Cosmic
over.
Blues.
That was so great. I think we should probably watch Secret Invasion to celebrate what a high quality TV show we just saw. So this week on Loki, there were events. I
Um,
I found out that if you work at McDonald's, it's normal to talk to your coworkers.
of course it is.
We thought a lot about McDonald's. But
I mean,
the episode you won't get hungry because the episode's sort of like it's a I don't have any appetite after sort of lost my appetite watching it to tell you the truth.
I kind of wanted a cheeseburger, but then I was better. Nah.
Then everything was okay.
Yeah. But that's what they do. They get it. Here's a little something for those who doesn't know. I've worked in the food industry. I've worked as a chef and have the training and everything. But McDonald's in Denmark, the reason they put pickles on top of your cheeseburger is if they don't do that, there is so much sugar in it that it has to be labeled like a bag of candy. That's amazing. But what McDonald's does to you, it gives you sugar, fat, salt. Everything your brain just fires up like New Year's.
For some reason, there are salt shakers on the table.
Yep. If you need more salt. But all of this creates the dependency. It creates a craving, a hunger for it. That's what you get at McDonald's. It's yeah. I still eat it sometimes. Then I feel disgusting, but I eat it sometimes because I'm an idiot. When I'm really hungry. So
Sorry.
this episode, let me try and sum it up what it was for me. People talking about things that doesn't matter. It didn't really matter to the episode. It didn't really matter to the plot that I have seen so far. It doesn't matter. I mean, they could be talking about eggs, and it would carry the same weight for this show as their conversations did. And then Sylvie comes in the last 2 minutes and fixes everything. I'm not saying that she's like the bestest ever. I'm not saying that, but I have to look at the evidence. That's what happened. She came in, fixed everything in the last few minutes.
Very easily. No one
Oh,
got
yeah.
near her. No one got near her. In the real world, the best she could pull off was eating everything at McDonald's to the point where they decided to give her a job. They're like, "Hey, you seem to have a passion for our product." I guess, hats off to the HR guy at that particular McDonald's, but I mean, aside from that, like,
Well,
if
even gods have career opportunities at McDonald's.
I like to think that she did it because it made her happy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We have he was a politician, but he's an actor, singer, whatever. And the way he got into parliament was to say, well, I want more backwind on the bicycle lanes. It was all nonsensical and people loved it. But sometimes when acting and singing and politics gets too much for him, he goes back to his old job, which is cleaning out colons that you use for making sausages.
See, sometimes you want to get right in the shit.
Yeah, and it calms him down and relaxes him. It's what he does. I respect that.
I guess I can relate to it. I can relate to the idea at least. It makes sense. It's not illogical like this show was. This show featured this line of dialogue. I remember that time I was so angry with my father and my brother, I went down to Earth and held the whole of New York City hostage with an alien army.
Well, he's a
To
god.
which Owen Wilson replied, "Wow." And then he said, "Tried to use the Mind Stone on Tony Stark and it didn't work, so I threw him off the building. I mean, let me tell you something. It wasn't tactical. I kind of lost it. Sometimes our emotions get the better of us."
Well,
That's
that's Loki.
That's dialogue.
It's just no. This is there's nothing in this show that I want to go back and watch. I'm pretty easy to please, actually. There are things I like that people like.
You were forgiving about it last week, and you were able to reboot and have an optimism going in this week. So, like, any kind of baggage I might have had, you were like more than willing to make up for. And yeah, like I definitely don't have a lot of objectivity because I find this show particularly loathsome. Like, I have a deep contempt for the Loki show. And just like I don't understand what they're trying to do with making their conceptual artists. Is that something that's required, that your conceptual artist be one of the writers? That was weird with the conceptual artist being one of the writers of the show, and all they did was do the art. Not that it's not like something that makes sense, or as far as being it's not a good job or takes talent, but I mean, right? Why are they a writer?
You could get the writing credit simply because you make the conceptual art, you go in and tell them this is why this is so, and then when you write that, you have to put in this. So it's kind of like.
Are you saying they made us? I'm having a hard time believing somebody fucking storyboarded this garbage.
Well, they have to, and
No,
it's a series of nothing. I'm starting to question: is it because I am a man that I don't like this?
I don't know, but one. There are three writers. One is a graphic artist. Okay, whatever. Maybe their comic book helped this flow, but I don't know if the people that they provided it to were able to follow it. One did Community, and the other person did Loki and something called Tilt, which even on IMDb has only 5 stars. Where, let's just so you know, people, Loki's like a 7 or 8 star show out of 10.
Oh,
like
I
a
thought
7 or 8 out of 10.
100.
Loki is 8.2. Loki is 8.2, and Tilt is 5.0. So this show, can you imagine how bad Tilt must be? What the fuck is Tilt? Let's read the description of this show.
Tilt could be very good, but people's taste surprises me. As I've said, The Force Awakens. After that, I stopped watching anything Star Wars.
This is so incestuous. When I clicked over to Tilt, the director is the graphic artist and writer from Loki.
Oh.
An unemployed documentary filmmaker's behavior becomes increasingly erratic in the months after his wife becomes pregnant. Who cares? That doesn't sound interesting. The leading man does not have an IMDb. Or the top cast is Christian Calloway as homeless man. That's the first billed person. I guess it just went to.
Well,
All
there's
right.
a lot of indie productions where you don't know any of the cast, so that doesn't say anything.
No, but like it looks like they didn't curate their own IMDb. So whatever feed that I don't understand. When was this movie? Not rated. User reviews. I expected more from this film considering the cast. And of course, there are a few good writers out there. Most just copy the same stuff. The bashing Trump thing was in line with how Hollywood has little to offer as well. Okay, so we what a shock. I feel so many films play the same old theme. Creativity has gone out the window. I do not care about politicians or what people think about presidents, any of them. Please give us a story with substance. That this is not it again. I would love to see the many actors and actresses with some meat to work out in the story in showcasing their talents. How many times do sequels have to be made? Well, until Hollywood sees the profits are dropping. Okay, this guy's just running on, but he hated it. And he gave it got 8 that review that he hated it got 8 upvotes is the only review. I don't know how this guy was like he left out like I left out of the review. I was flying from London to Turkey. And this was on the seat in front of me. I paid the money to watch the movie. I regretted it. It was $11 and it was horrible. But how do you go from a 5? But holy shit! It was in 2017.
But back to Loki and this whole thing. How many stars? Let's from 0 to 10. What will you give this in stars?
-4.
Okay, I am at a 2 stars.
That would average out to what? -1 between the two of us. So it's -1 star. I said -4. You said 2. That would bring us down. 0 is an actual number figuring that way. So would it be -1 stars or -2 stars?
Let's go with rational numbers here.
I have to give it a number. It can't be
Yeah.
0. It can't be negative. Can it be 0?
0 if you haven't watched it.
Can I give it an incomplete because it doesn't make any fucking sense? It was just a bunch of
that's
images.
a 1.
I can't go lower, huh?
You can't go. Well, let's say 0 is. I find absolutely nothing of quality in this pile of dung. It has wasted my life, and you owe me money. That's a 0.
How about this then? 0.5.
Okay.
It's half a point. I give it half a star. 1/2 star. Ki Huai Kwan is the half star. He's a 5-star performance in a -2-star show, making it a half-star show. Yeah, I could justify it. See, we justify our reviews. I don't know. I guess I can't wait for episode episode 3 and I don't know, not really a Billy Madison award, but more of a nothing burger with emphasis on burger because it was just all McDonald's. It felt like they were broke. They had one long commercial in it, and it's bad. I don't know. Well, thanks everybody for coming by and hitting the like and follow buttons and liking it so much last week. Thank you very much for making the last upload a success, and we love you all. Snail, any thoughts?
I hope you all feel good about me being tortured with such stupidity. It hurts me inside. I feel less inside for having watched this. It is not good. It is nothing. It's a nothing burger. It is a commercial, nothing else, just like Teag said. That's all it is, a commercial.
Wow. They had no money. All right. Well, thanks everybody.